Good morning and welcome to St Helens Stadium, where an out-of-form Liverpool take on the high-flying Tottenham Hotspur in the Women's Super League. 3 points on the line for different reasons. Liverpool still looking to pick up their first win of the season under Gareth Taylor in the league. They progressed to the 5th round of the FA Cup last weekend after beating the Tier 4 side London Bees by 6-0, and will be hoping to use that momentum in the domestic league against a tricky Tottenham side. The visitors will want to keep the pressure on the top end of the table, with the Champions League qualification very much in their sights in the second half of the season, and they've pushed on from a difficult season last year under new manager Martin Ho. So it's 12th v 4th, Liverpool versus Tottenham Hotspur at St Helens Stadium, and a big 3 points on the line this afternoon. So the other fixtures today in the Women's Super League. Friday, Everton and Brighton Hove Albion, and Chelsea against Arsenal. Arsenal coming out on top in that London derby. Today though, all at 11:55, Aston Villa take on Manchester United. Leicester City against West Ham here. Liverpool host Tottenham, and London City Lionesses host the league leaders Manchester City. So that leaves the table looking like this. Manchester City stays 6 points clear at the top of the table. Chelsea down in second, a point ahead of Arsenal, who beat them yesterday afternoon at Stamford Bridge. Tottenham looking to close that gap on their North London rivals. Manchester United, though, hot on their tails, a point below. Then Aston Villa, London City Lionesses, Everton, West Ham and Liverpool, bottom of the table on 4 points. So a big 3 points on the line for both teams. And ahead of kickoff, we can hear from the two managers with Niall McCorn.
Tough test ahead against Tottenham, but at home, does that give you a little bit of extra confidence that you can pick up a result here today?
Yeah, of course. You know, our home crowd on our pitch, I think that we put in good performances in general here this season. Of course, we're still looking for that elusive win. We know it's going to be tough today. Tottenham have obviously strengthened, similar to us, probably had a little bit longer to work with the players because they made their changes in the summer. So yeah, of course, tough game. They've got some good players, but so have we. We've got some good ones through the door now, and hopefully we can perform in the right manner today.
Yeah, let's speak about those new additions. What have they added to the group in terms of mentality and perhaps belief that the second half of the season can be more beneficial for your team?
I think in Denise and Jennifer Falk have brought experience, know-how, and obviously of quality as well. So strong mentality, and likes of Alice and Aurelie, exciting players. We've got good pace, who are dangerous to defences. Of course, we're still waiting on Anna Josendal, and hopefully when she comes back into the team, it gives us a few more options at the top end of the pitch.
Another tough test expected today. Liverpool might be bottom of the standings, but you can't treat them that way.
Yeah, no, I've said that to the team. I said that in my media this week. The results they probably wanted more from, but actually their performances and where they are probably doesn't justify what they probably deserve. And we know we have to turn up and put a big performance in. We have to respect them, and we need to make sure we're at our best if we want to take anything from the game.
In terms of the form that you've been in recent weeks, how much confidence and belief does that give you and the group that you are able to come here and pick up another result today?
Yeah, we have huge belief as a staff and player group, and collectively we know when we're on our game, we're a match for anyone, and we've demonstrated that throughout that first part of the season, and now going into 26, we need to make sure we can replicate that. And if we perform to levels we can be a match for anyone, and definitely a match for Liverpool today.
You've had your fair share of injuries, but you've also had some fresh faces come into the squad over the last few weeks. What's that like being to negotiate as a coach?
Yeah, it's refreshing for the group. It brings probably a new energy and a new motivation. It makes the squad more competitive. It makes players actually now understand that there's probably someone chasing them at the same time in their position, and that'll only bring the best out of the group. That will lift levels, bring a consistency and a more competitive edge to training, and yeah, it'll make people fight to want to be in the starting 11.
So the Liverpool manager Gareth Taylor and Martin Ho, the manager of Tottenham there, alongside Niall McCorn, and alongside me today is the former Spurs captain Jenna Schillaci. Jenna, welcome. These are two teams, I guess, at the different ends of the table. Liverpool at the bottom, yet to pick up a win under their manager Gareth Taylor. But they've recruited well. I'm looking at the likes of Denise O'Sullivan, Jennifer Falk as well, Sweden's #1 goalkeeper. What are they going to do for this side?
Yeah, I think obviously this window was huge for Liverpool to be able to add some depth to a thin squad, and in that experience that you spoke about in Denise O'Sullivan and Falk that this team desperately need in their survival to stay in this WSL. I think in Denise O'Sullivan you've got an experienced leader who has years and years under her belt and a character to be able to lead this young squad, that fight, that belief, and yeah, you know, she's done it all in the game and hoping to bring that experience and help Liverpool's survival in this league.
And in terms of Tottenham, they're performing extremely well as the two sets of players make their way out at St Helens Stadium. A new manager at the start of the year in Martin Ho for them. The race for the Champions League is very much on.
Absolutely, I think Martin Ho's done a remarkable job so far. Got the team, got that belief, that confidence installed back in the players, and both ends of the pitch have improved massively defensively. You know, last year were beaten far too easily. They're now hard to beat, and at the other end of the pitch we've got really exciting young creative players who can punish teams.
What has he done, do you think? What changes has he given this Tottenham side to make them compete like this after maybe a difficult season last year?
Yeah, I think he's given them that belief and that confidence and freedom across the pitch to be able to be the best version of themselves. I think when results aren't going your way, it's very difficult to get the best out of players. I think week on week they've rose to every challenge that they've come up against, and they've developed, and that you can see that they believe in Martin's game plan, in what they're trying to achieve here now in the short term and the long term plan, and then obviously a really strong window recruitment wise for Martin. So yeah, I think he's got that confidence, and now the foundation and the platforms are there for them to really kick on and chase that Champions League spot.
Well, we can have a look at how the two teams line up then. For Liverpool, 2 changes for Gareth Taylor after the draw with London City in the last league game. Sweden's #1 Jennifer Falk continues between the sticks. There are league debuts for 2 new signings. Irish international Denise O'Sullivan, who scored twice in last weekend's FA Cup, makes her first league start, while Aurélie Chillag gets her first appearance in a Liverpool shirt, which means Kirsty McLean and Mia Enderby drop to the bench. For Tottenham, there's just one change, with Chelsea loanee Maika Hermano making her first league start. Matilda Vinberg drops to the bench. Claire Hunt, who's played every minute this season, partners with Toko Koga at the back. Bethany England captains from the front, and Katinka Tamberg returns from injury among the substitutes. So one of the players we were just talking about, new signing, Denise O'Sullivan, signed from the NWSL this January transfer window. Looked very lively in the FA Cup last weekend, Jenna.
Yeah, dynamic, hard-working midfielder, and as you say, she's settled in quickly. She's got that experience, that leadership, and she'll be vital now for the second part of the season for Liverpool, and a really experienced midfielder in there who almost, you know, keeps the units together, keeps the game ticking over, and in those moments where it's chaotic out there, she's that calm head that can get around those young players.
So Denise O'Sullivan hoping to make an impact to this Liverpool side that desperately need some points to pick up this season. And for Tottenham, a new signing too, Signe Gopset. What has she brought to this Tottenham side, Jenna?
Oh, she's settled in immediately. She's had an instant impact. A young player, huge talent. I think Tottenham have got a big player on their hands here. She's so intelligent for her age, can play off both feet. She drives her team forward with purpose, and when she's got that ball at her feet, not many players that I've seen so far in the 2 games that she's played so far can dispossess her. So yeah, really exciting player, and one to watch for Tottenham this afternoon.
So 2 teams with an impact being made in the January transfer window. And it'll be interesting to see how these 2 teams line up. And there is a wrong shirt there for the Tottenham Hotspur goalkeeper, Lisa Kopp. And we are off and underway. 2 teams at different ends of the WSL table. Liverpool still looking for their first win this season. For Tottenham, the race for Champions League is very much on. A big 3 points on the line for these 2 sides, as Tottenham immediately start with some intent. Spence. And Hunt, who has played every minute this season. Koga. Hermano. For Liverpool, Jenna, I watched their FA Cup win last weekend against London Bees, a 6-0 win. That's got to do something for their confidence. They've got to bring that into the league, surely.
Definitely, I think they needed that. They've really struggled in front of goal in the first half of the season. So I think, you know, an FA Cup game, a break from the league where that pressure, that kind of pressure isn't on them, is just what they've needed now and sets them up nicely coming into this game. And now for them, it's all about survival. It's not necessarily about how they perform, it's about getting results.
Well, immediate impact for Chilag. Hits the crossbar for Liverpool, and it's come from nothing.
Yeah, I think Tottenham defensive line there just caught flat-footed. Chilag using her strength. She's on the ball again now.
Out to Hollands. And now the home side showing some intent here, still with Holland. And it was Bergstrom who hit the crossbar. Another new signing for Liverpool. Scored last weekend too. Hits the better of Nilden at the byline, cuts it back, and a defensive header by Hunt. Hooks it out for a corner.
Yep, there's some starting brightly there. Here you see it's the header over Koga. Schlag uses her strength. Lovely first touch, and then it falls nicely into Bergstrom. It comes crashing off the bar, but early let off for Tottenham there.
Well, Alice Bergstrom scored 2 in the FA Cup last weekend, and they were screamers against the Tier 4 side London Bees. As it swung in, headed out by Hunt and further cleared upfield by Hermano.
That was the second glimpse of Bergstrom there, having an impact with the ball at her feet, getting the better of Nilden for pace. Exciting young player.
Fisk. Shimizu. Back to Clark. And Falk. Another new signing for them. Woodham. Plucked out by Spence. And Rybrink. Two teams at the minute, Jenna, that are just feeling each other out, because really, these are two new sides, I guess. New signings, not kind of sure how each other are going to play.
Yeah, definitely. I think Liverpool started brightly there, didn't they? And now I think it's important that Tottenham just get their foot on the ball, get the touches in. Just try and keep the ball for a bit and calm down. But you can see Liverpool out of possession. They're pressing, they're sharp. That willingness to win the ball back is there.
And Woodham does so well. Back with Nagano. And this is the kind of intent that Liverpool have been missing this season. Still yet to pick up a win in the league under Gareth Taylor.
Yeah, I think they've just really struggled, haven't they? They've kept themselves in games, but when it comes to getting the ball over the line and securing those 3 points, they just haven't had that quality to be able to turn the draws into 3 points. But already we're seeing the impact of the new signings and that January window. And hopefully in their new signings in Chalaz, Bergstrom, you've got players there that can be clinical in front of goal.
They do have the confidence, Liverpool, that they are unbeaten in 3 previous WSL home games against Spurs. They come from 2-1 behind at half-time as Holland is in here at the byline, cuts it back and lets it roll out for a corner.
Good work there from Holland, just driving to the byline. Gets the better, big touch past right brink, just powers through. Good defending from Koga.
So Holland will take. Featured in every league game for Liverpool this season. Swings it in at the far post. That's back in, O'Sullivan. And Woodham will chase. Holland. Woodham. Woodham will get another opportunity. Chilag. And straight to the gloves of Kopp.
Yeah, good opportunity, Chilag. Rose higher than everybody else. Kept it on target, but just not enough power behind the header to trouble Kopp. But again, Liverpool keep pressing.
She turned 23 yesterday. Chilag, their new signing. Under Gareth Taylor, who's had an excellent January transfer window. They had to, really, pushing on in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I think games in the first half of the season where their bench was very, very thin, didn't have that depth on their bench at all, and especially in those attacking areas with also who started so well for them, but then unfortunately got injured. Sheila looking very bright early on, and then obviously Martha Thomas on loan from Tottenham can't feature today.
Chilag again, she's got options. Hollands to her left, finds Kerry Holland, who squanders it. And it's disappointing from a Liverpool perspective.
Chilag at the heart of it again. Here you see, you think she might take the shot on herself. Unselfish play. Almost toe pokes it into the path of Holland. A little bit too much on it. The angle was always tight for Holland. Just can't get her hips around to adjust.
Kopp. Nilden. Simonen. Spence. Nice play from Spurs.
Woodham starting position very high up the pitch. The Liverpool defender not giving Mano any time on the ball.
And now England can run on the end of this. She could become, Bethany England, the 3rd Spurs player to score both home and away against Liverpool in a single WSL season. Celine Bizet did it in 24-23. Jenna, do you know the other player to do that? To score home and away?
Testing.
She is playing today. She's on the pitch at the minute.
Simonen.
Guess again. I'll give you one more guess.
Drew Spence.
No, it's Claire Hunt, who defends that ball very well.
Tricked me there with the
She did it last season. A trick question. Koga.
Tottenham just struggling here just to get out of their own half. A lot of credit there goes to the way Liverpool have set up and started this game. High intensity, not giving Tottenham too much time at all on the ball to be able to play their game.
Clark. Woodham. Holland. And nicely cut out. Clark. Spence. And Koga. For Tottenham, Jenna, the Champions League race is very much on. Of course, they're a point behind Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, they found themselves in a position and they take it game by game, but there's been a lot of noise lately around that Champions League spot, and obviously Arsenal picked up the points yesterday, so they'll be keen to get 3 points today and keep on Arsenal's tail. Obviously Arsenal have Champions League as well to balance, and Tottenham wouldn't have that, but I think all Tottenham can do is take it game by game. They have West Ham next week, so I think they'll be, you know, those are the type of games, and Liverpool, given the situation they're in today, that if they want that Champions League pace, these are the games that the points will matter.
Bergstrom doing well down that far side. Just let it run out of play. An incredible campaign when you look at it under Martin Ho. Came in the summer, signed on from Robert Villaham. What he's done with this club, the mentality, the signings he's made, has been superb. Liverpool on the attack, and a strike from Nagano from long range out. Doesn't really test Lisa Kopp.
Yeah, I think Martin Ho and the work that him and his team have done has been phenomenal this season in such a short amount of time. I think first and foremost that defensive unit has improved massively. 5 clean sheets, level with Chelsea, and Kopp is level with Hannah Hampton in that sense. But yeah, I think that's remarkable. And then when you've got that confidence from the back, you've got that foundation then to be able to build and play your style of football, and it allows players to be free, it allows them to be creative and brave, and that's exactly what Tottenham want as a club and as a style of football, and we're seeing that. And you know, the club have backed Martin in this January window, which is huge, brought in some young, high quality talent that are causing a lot of noise across Europe, and for Tottenham to be able to get those players signed is massive, and a huge statement of intent from the club.
Yeah, Gopset just on the screen there is one of them. Played under Martin Ho, signed from Brann.
Yeah, she's had 2 big performances so far since signing. Leicester in the FA Cup, and then obviously Leicester in the league, and she looks like she's been at the club for years. The connections are on the pitch already. She's been combining really well with Olivia Holt, and another creative, exciting player. So yeah, the future's looking very bright, and I think Gopset, in terms of the long-term plan for the club, she's going to be a huge part of it.
Rybrink into Gopset as well. A unit in midfield, brushes off those defenders.
Yeah, she is. I think when she's at the ball of her feet, she's very strong, very aggressive and explosive. I think she's great in those tight situations, the ability to play her way out of pressure.
Clark pings it forwards. Chilag heads it further on to Bergstrom. And now Nilden Gets the better of the pace.
She does well there. This time Nilden's going to be a good battle between those two. Seen some glimpse of it already.
Kopp. Into Koga. And Suminen. Spence. It's out well by Liverpool. Chillag. Great save from Kopp. But they are pressing here, Liverpool, and Chillag is at the heart and centre of them.
Yeah, big save there from Kopp. Got down early. Here's Kapos just driving at the heart. Plays her teammate in. She just keeps it low, I think anywhere but the centre of the goal, and that's in. Kopp gets down really well, but again, Chillag, as you mentioned, at the heart of everything, pulling the strings. Immediate impact from the new signing.
It's her first appearance in a Liverpool shirt today, but here comes Spurs on the counter, and it's Gopset. Gopset cuts it back, and Mano's almost in there. Fired away by a red shirt. Suminen.
I think that's, in moments like that, is where Tottenham are very successful, when there's a turnover of the ball. Getting Gopset on the ball in the middle of the pitch, and then she just drives at the heart of it. You can see there Beth England had made the run out wide. Gopset took it on herself. That's a sign of a confident young player there.
She's got a slight Haaland-like to her, I think. The way she charges forward and holding off these defenders.
Yeah, almost like the defenders just bounce off of her as she's powering past, but...
Well, they're going to have the chance to take this again. Don't think the keeper was ready. Jennifer Falk. So Suminen brings it forward, looks for the head of England. It's slightly overshot and straight to the gloves of Sweden's number one.
Yeah, it was in a very central area there, a difficult one. She was just trying to dink it over into the path of England, but comfortable for Falk.
Woodham. Here's Holland, and immediately it's at the other end of the pitch, cut back by Koga, and still Liverpool on the attack. Woodham, Holland. Nagano. Twisting and turning, trying to get away from Drew Spence. You can see the frustration in Drew Spence there, as she lets that get away from her.
Yeah, you can see she was breathing down the neck of Nagano there. But that's better, I think you need that tenaciousness in midfield. Liverpool have enjoyed a lot of the ball in those central areas in the opening minutes of this game, so better, you don't mind that aggression.
Well, you can see from the stats that it is Liverpool on top, and how often have we said that this season? Not very often. And so credit to Gareth Taylor and the transfer window that Liverpool have had, clearly making some difference. Falk. Fisk. New captain of Liverpool this season, Grace Fisk. Nagano. Shimizu. Bergstrom. Nicely cut out by Suminen. England.
England does very well there. 3 Liverpool red shirts around her and still comes out with the ball.
Gopset. Hermano.
She does offer this Liverpool team something different. So their target player, we've already seen glimpses of her pace. Should get the better of defenders in those 1v1 situations if Liverpool can just get the ball to her.
Yeah, signed from Freiburg, 3 goals this season for them before signing for Liverpool in the January transfer window. Fisk, O'Sullivan and Woodham. They are moving the ball around with ease, this Liverpool side at the minute.
They're moving it really confidently. I think movement off the ball is very good as well from players, making themselves available. Nobody's hiding out there, which you've maybe seen in the first start of the season when things aren't going your way. Players start to hide on the pitch, but we're not seeing that at all. They look very hungry, this Liverpool team. Been very impressed out of possession as well, and that hunger and desire to win the ball back.
Shimizu. Well, 0 shots from Tottenham. Surprised by that, Jenna?
I don't think they've really got out of their own half yet so far. Been without the ball quite a bit and happy just to sit off and use those counter-attacking moments, which we've seen from this Tottenham team. They have players now that in those moments they can create and be a real threat.
Out to Hermano. Gopset. And Rybrink. Spence. Just left by Hermano there.
You can see what she was trying to do. Just Hermano and Suminen on different pages. She was just feinting, letting it go through her legs, but Suminen was on a different page.
Martin Ho maybe looking for some different tactics in this game. Maybe not quite what he expected to see from this Liverpool side. A difficult time to play them, I think.
Yeah, I mean, new signings, different style of play, different players' profile. I mean, they've always been a difficult team to play against, Liverpool. But they look like they've got that extra bit of hunger out there, and they seem relaxed on the ball. They seem to know their plan. They look disciplined.
Chilag. Looking for the bright yellow boots of Bergstrom, darting down that wing. Koga. Spence. Nilden. Holt.
Clumsy one there from Nagano. I think Holt was really going to cause too much damage from that area. Just a clip of the ankle.
Summonen finds England, and Holland is there to see it away. Gopset. Well, the referee has brought it back for the collision between Hermano and Holland. I'm not sure Hermano did catch her in the face, but she's gone down, holding her face nevertheless.
Hermano there just doing her defensive duties. Arms a little bit high, but I don't think there's too much in that.
Well, the referee today is Grace Lowe, who last refereed Tottenham against Chelsea back in October. And a chance for a bit of a break, a bit of a team talk. What will these two teams be saying, do you think, Jenna?
I think Liverpool will probably be the happier of the two teams. Come out on the front foot, creating some chances. I think now for them it's about finding that back of the net, being clinical and taking those chances. And as for Tottenham, I think they just need to get hold of the game, calm the game down a bit, get your players like Gopset and Holt on the ball. We've not seen too much of Holt, and she's probably one of the most creative players on the pitch right now. Get her involved.
So Holland in the dugout there. Looks okay. Back to her feet. She's played in every league game for them this season, an important player under Gareth Taylor. Spence. Rybrink. Hermano. Bit of a mislapped ball from the Chelsea loanee. And now Liverpool can counter.
It's just that pass there from Hermano. Just a little too heavy a few times now. Just gifted the ball back to Liverpool.
Bergstrom. Long throw. Holland, O'Sullivan. And through the legs of Nilden, goal kick.
Yeah, just couldn't fall kindly for a awkward angle. Surrounded by yellow shirts. There is a looping ball in. And then she can't get hold of it at all and goes out for a goal kick.
Hunt. Nilden. England. Nice switch of play to her. Here's Rybrink. Skirts it forward to Hermano. Half an hour on the clock, and it is Liverpool mainly in control of this game, but Tottenham very much hot on the counter.
Yeah, you can see Tottenham there down that right-hand side. They're trying to play in those tight spaces. Liverpool are just, they've got bodies around the ball, making it really difficult.
Chilag. Nice from Koga. England. And the offside flag goes up, and England has a word with Bergstrom there.
Just in those moments there where Koga breaks free in the centre of the pitch. Liverpool playing a very high line, so there's not many options for her 2 feet. You almost want to look, can you play that ball over? Trusting your forward players to get on the end of it, but instead she plays sideways.
She's their leading goal scorer, Bethany England, for Tottenham this season. 5 goals to her name. Captain as well. Gopset. Woodham plucks it out though. And back to Fisk. Oh, nearly let go by Kopp there. Bit risky.
Yeah,
She
Holland
does
was
recover.
very intent with her run there, wasn't she? Her press. Always waiting for that, anticipating a mistake. Nearly paid off.
Nilden. Holt. Spence. Simonen. Koga. Gopset. I think Gopset just clipped the ankles, or looks maybe the knee of Woodham there in that challenge. She's limping. Hunt. Tottenham finding some more flow in this game. Right in the face of Kerry Holland there.
Right in the nose, that's a sore one, but again, Tottenham there, moving the ball quicker, it's better. More difficult for Liverpool to defend against.
England. Fisk hoots away.
Nilden just asking a little too much of Captain Beth England. Too much on it. Again, good from Drew Spence. Just switching the tempo up. That's what she does so well. She recognises when to up the tempo, when to slow it down.
Fisk slowing down the pace of this game after quite a lively opening few minutes. Bergstrom hit the crossbar. A barge with Schelag and Holt.
There can be too many complaints there.
Yeah, play on. Koga. And another missed time pass. Gopset this time.
Just that quality on the ball, just lacking.
He'll be pleased though, Gareth Taylor, with the display that his side have showed today.
Definitely started this game really, really well. On the front foot with intent, created chances. I think he'll be disappointed they haven't taken one of those chances. And then defensively, limited Tottenham. I haven't really seen too much of Falk's area at all.
Well, a pause in play. Rybrank is down.
Holland wasn't slowing down there, was she? Not backing out of that one.
Yeah, catches her knee. That does look a bit painful. She's okay though. Falk. Woodham. Plucked out by Spence. Now Spence can drive forwards. Hermano.
Hermano there, I think it opened up for a shot if she'd have taken a touch, got the shot off. Instead, unselfish, she's gone to try and find her teammate. I don't think that was ever on.
Simonon just a push on Holland there to null that counter-attack from Liverpool. Hermano on loan from Chelsea.
And that's the glimpse of when that ball is loose and there is a turnover in midfield. This time it was Drew Spence just driving the team forward really, really quickly. Need to see more moments like that.
You can hear up, up from Martin Ho for this Tottenham side. As now some room opens up. Here's Holt, out to Nilden on the far side. Holt with a strike. And it comes to nothing, but it is a first strike for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, better from Tottenham, got bodies forward. You could see 3 Tottenham players busting a gut to get in the box. Nilden picks out. Holt always just drags it wide. But you've seen Holt score goals from there. She's a type of player that can score spectacular goals. Just drags, gets over it and drags that one wide.
Referee calls for calm. There's Capox. Hunt just in the back of her. Fisk. Woodham. Capots. Forward to Shimazu. Bergstrom. Nice interception from Nilden.
Yeah, had to time that one perfectly, and she does, Nilden. See what Bergstrom was doing to take that touch infield. Drive into the box.
England. Close. O'Sullivan almost on the end of that. Koga had to be cool, calm and collected. Here's Hermano. Out to Rybrink. The Tottenham manager, still no shots on target for them. 4 minutes of normal time to go before the break. He'll be disappointed with that, Jenna.
Definitely, but I think they're growing into this game. More and more moments, they're getting higher up the pitch. Koga driving the team forward, and it's just in that final third, making the ball stick, that they haven't been able to do yet.
Gopset. Big battle in midfield in this game. A very aggressive game, high intent.
Definitely, and as you mentioned, there's a lot of bodies in there in those central areas. Lots of challenges flying in. The spaces are in those wide areas.
Clark. Fisk. Bergstrom. Deflected in, still alive for Liverpool though, Holland. And nullifies, and easy for Kopp.
Bergstrom takes the cross early. Just couldn't fall, doesn't fall kindly to Holland in there. Koga smothering the ball. But again, it was pinged into an area where there was a bit of uncertainty. Across the back line for Tottenham.
Well, Bergstrom has had the best chance of the game, hitting the crossbar early in. Created not much since then. Or nothing really that's tested Lisa Kopp in goal.
I think the way they've started the game, Liverpool, has given them that confidence to build on that, and that confidence on the ball, and to be able to play their football. They look very calm, composed on the ball at the moment. But they need the 3 points. Got to start turning those chances into goals.
Yeah, both these teams really need 3 points for different reasons. Liverpool wanting to find a first win domestically under Gareth Taylor. Tottenham, the Champions League race is hotting up, 3 points behind Arsenal, who won yesterday at the Bridge. A big win for them. And Tottenham will want to keep the pressure on.
Absolutely, they'll know what the task is coming into this game. To stay hot on the heels of Arsenal. That pressure on them. As we mentioned, West Ham next weekend. It's a real opportunity to keep the heat on those teams above them.
Yeah, they still have to play the likes of Chelsea, Manchester City, Arsenal and Manchester United. And those last three come one week after the other. That's a difficult fixture list for them.
Absolutely, a tough phase of games there, and that's where they'll really test the growth and how far they've come. I think they've definitely been competitive against the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal and Man United. It was only Man City that got away from them very early on in the season. But they've come on leaps and bounds since then.
Woodham. Holland slightly overshot to find Bergstrom on the far side.
Holland just drifting infield, linking up with Schlag there in the central area of the pitch. A couple of times now they've combined really well, where Schlag's dropping in deeper, getting the flick on to play her teammate Holland in behind.
Nilden. Well, there is the half-time whistle, and it's stalemate at the break. The biggest chance of the game has fallen for Liverpool, and their new signing, Bergstrom, had a fantastic game last weekend, hit the crossbar today. And they'll be hoping for more of the same in the second half. For Tottenham, not much has come their way yet, but at half-time it's Liverpool 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0.
While it's still 0-0 like this, they'll know that just nicking a goal would be enough, potentially. Ball given away by Fernandez to Kiko Seike. Can she find a teammate? She can, and there's the opener. And it's Sankovic with the goal for Brighton. Made by Seike, scored by Sankovic, and it's Everton 0, Brighton 1.
Absolutely, and I think Sankovic has a lot to thank Seike for there. Does so well pressing the ball here. Kiko Seike is able to get it, touch it, and then plays a perfectly weighted pass into Sankovic, who can't really miss from there, but brilliant play from Brighton and great pressing from Seike there. Good finish from Sankovic in the end.
The Serbian international on the score sheet. Forward looking for Vignola. Minami should tidy up. Oh, there's hesitation from Nadozi. Payne! Well, Nadozi recovers, but my goodness me. What was she thinking there?
You could sense it happening, I think. She hesitated, didn't she? And she hasn't got the ball out of her feet at all. Goes with her right foot, and she gets down well to save the shot, but really, really bad there from Nadozi.
Good play from Lawley. Can she make an impact straight away as a substitute? Oh, there's confusion back there. What a save. What a save from Nadozi. She's not really had anything to do all match, but she's pulled out a blinding save there from Maz Pacheco.
Yeah, well, it was the subs that create this chance. Mel Lawley, couple of step-overs there. Takes it on her right foot and gets a shot off, but Pacheco, what an opportunity.
One by Catley. Here is Rousseau. Space out for Beth Mead. Beth Mead takes a touch, hits it and finds the back of the net. Arsenal in front. And it's Beth Mead, her 10th career goal against Chelsea. First this season in the BWSL. And Arsenal lead by 1-0.
Really good play. Takes a good touch, and this time sets herself up for a shot and finishes it brilliantly into the far corner.
Here is James from the get-go, trying to feed Thompson into the box. And the shot, well saved by Borba.
It's Lauren James in a nutshell, isn't it? Under pressure, manages to get the ball. Great little turn from Captain. Lovely weighted pass to Thompson. Just can't get that shot on target.
Out to Fox. Breaks for Caldente. Takes the touch and finds the bottom corner, and Arsenal have a second. Mariona Caldente. And it's the Arsenal fans who are cheering. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 2.
Wow, that is not what we were expecting. Chelsea don't concede many goals and they don't lose to Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. But right now, Arsenal playing with bags of confidence. Fantastic little touch from Caldente, and then just uses the rest of the Chelsea team to bend it into that corner. Hannah Hampton can't even see the ball until it's in the back of her net.
So elsewhere in the WSL today, on Friday, Brighton beat Everton by 1-0. Arsenal 2-0 against Chelsea, their first win away at Chelsea for the first time in 8 years for the Gunners. It's 1-1 between Aston Villa and Manchester United. West Ham lead Leicester City by 1-0. The only 0-0 is our game, Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur, and Manchester City at the break are a goal ahead against London City Lionesses. So we can have a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Not many, but a few. And it was Liverpool that started the better. Maybe shocked Tottenham a little bit. And Killag doing really well. Falls for Bergstrom and hits the crossbar. Unlucky there for the new signing. Killag holding up play nicely. And then Bergstrom, the bright yellow boots, whacking the crossbar. Woodham again on the attack in a red shirt. And Killag leaping the highest. Straight to the gloves of Lisa Kopp. Really nice header. She's been very prominent in the first half. Aurélie Killag. And again, coming forward, nice ball to Holland, who scuffs it and skies it. But the right idea from Liverpool. Certainly with high intensity in the first half. Finding the right passes, just can't quite finish the shots. Difficult one for Holland, maybe. Again. And Capox off to Killag. And Lisa Kopp doing really well to get down low to save that one straight at her. Not happy with her back line though. Maybe could have closed off that chance a little bit earlier. Tottenham with their chances though, a couple of them. out to Nilden. Holtz, and just drags it wide. And nothing really to test Falk in that first half. Liverpool's new goalkeeper on loan for the rest of the season. And so at the break, after all of those missed opportunities, it is goalless. It is Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0.
This project is right now the most powerful project in female football. I have these two sides. I'm very demanding and I pay attention to all the details to be always connected to that evolution process. As a person, I am completely different. I'm easygoing, I love having fun, and in that terms, I need the players understand that on one hand is either the coach, playing the role of the coach, trying to be the competition when the training finished. Now it's other person.
He has been working a lot with his team, as you would expect. A bit more than the players apparently were expecting on the training grounds.
In that terms, trying to create that winning mentality is not because you are winning games, it's the opposite. If we want to build something to reach that top standards, we need to understand that we are going to have a lot of fails. But it's the way we are going to manage these fails.
This is a real chance here for Shannon O'Brien, who does force it over the line.
I really think this project is right now the most powerful project in female football. It's completely aligned with my own values. The ambition to try to build something special in that top standards is something for me very important. I've been all my life pushing hard to get this opportunity, and I want to bring here, push this project to become the best team in the world.
Every day is the best day to learn something new. To the value around football, so the hard work, to have a goal, to work for this goal, is the discipline of the sport. I was a forward, I love to score, so the main thing is to be very freedom, to be myself. Yeah, it's a challenge. I love challenge. I am here to help the team. The goal that I want to achieve is to stay in the league. And for me, it's very important to be organized, to be solid, to be aggressive on the ball, to be creative in front. But I think that the most important thing for me is to be adaptable, to know better the player and try to put the player in the best position that they can show themselves.
Focus, plan, stay in the game.
I want players available to improve, players that never give up, players that had a goal. Because I want to help my players if they have the goal to achieve it, her personal goal. Because if individuals are better, the team are better. For me, every day is a tough moment, you know, because I am a person that wants to improve every day and want that the team improve every day. Football is not in a linear path. If you win, yes, it's part of the past, it's not today. We need to be focused on the next step, is my philosophy.
0-0 at the break. These fans at St Helens Stadium enjoying some pizza at the break. Not many chances for either side to entertain them. And of course, this is the first weekend where fans can enjoy alcohol in the stadiums too. And it looks fairly cold in Liverpool too. But with the So we are back off and underway in this tie, hoping to see a bit more entertainment in this second half, Jenna.
Absolutely. I think Liverpool, they started that first half very, very well, and Tottenham here, second half, starting on the front foot, committing the bodies up. I think Tottenham are looking to take a bit more control of this second half.
No substitutes at the break for either sides. Spence, some room to move now for Drew Spence. Still with her, but Clark sees it off.
Spence getting herself higher up that pitch. Just couldn't keep hold of the ball there, looked slightly off balance. Trying to keep control of it, but I think when Drew Spence is in those positions, that's where she can pull the strings and split defences with one pass.
Killag. And Sumanen. Hunt pings it forwards, but no one is there. So Liverpool still looking for their first win of the season. Tottenham looking to push on and hopes for Champions League qualification this season as Holland drives forwards at the byline, cuts it back, Killag. And out for a goal kick.
Bursting run there from Holland on the left-hand side. Does really well. Gets higher up the pitch and then cuts back, but good defending. I think it was Hunt got around early. Killag there just looking to get a little shot off. But Hunt tracked it everywhere, every step of the way, and got a body in front. But Holland's been very, very effective out there, I think, against Ryebrink. Every time she's got the ball at her feet, she's just driving to the byline. Deliveries into the box.
Bergstrom gets the better of Nilden. Fisk. And Falk. Nilden. Bergstrom. Forward to Killag. Holding play up, looking for some support. Capox. Still driving forward, Capox. Steps over. And a wall of yellow shirts in the way.
Yeah, Capox driving up the pitch, but runs into a sea of those yellow shirts. Is really well to get across. Drew Spence, then Hunt ends up on the floor and she carries on her run. She had her teammates around her, but just didn't get her head up to see other options. Yeah, I think defensively Tottenham there have got to be better, got to be stronger. Don't allow her to drive into that box.
Liverpool again starting brightly in the first few minutes. And this is much more how Gareth Taylor will want to see his team play in the second half of the season. On 5 points at the bottom of the table if this scoreline was to stay a draw. But still bottom of the WSL table. Fisk. Shimazu. Spots the run of Holland. Back heels to Killag. Killag driving forward and good defensive work from Hunt.
Good combination there, Holland and Killag again. Holland with the lovely little side, just cushions the ball, lays it off for Killag. And then again, she's just driving, almost taking it a bit wide there, and good recovery from Claire Hunt. Stays strong, doesn't lunge in, gets the deflection.
So another corner for Liverpool, another opportunity here to break the deadlock at St Helens. They've had the better of the opportunities today as it swung in at the near post, headed out by Hunt.
Yeah, strong header from Hunt. Clear the lines, that's what you want from your centre-back.
Woodham swings it in again, headed on by O'Sullivan, and England is there. The Tottenham striker now on defensive work, and on the counter here is Holt. Through to Gopset. Gopset, great save from Falk. Well, what a brilliant opportunity for Tottenham.
Huge, huge save from Falk there. Starting from Bethany England doing her defensive duties. And Olivia Holt just drives centrally. Picks out the pass, picks the run of Gopset, and there. Excellent goalkeeping. Great starting position. Gets out early, makes herself big and closes down that angle for Gopset. Big, big save to keep her team in it.
Well, all of a sudden, gone from one end of the pitch to the other. Gopset maybe could have done a little bit better there, but as a new signing, still working her way into this team. And now a chance for Tottenham to capitalise on that. Swung in, punched out by Falk just, and Killag can run away with it. Oh, does really well, still with Killag. And then tidied up by Nilden.
Wow, she's done excellent there, hasn't she? Taking the pressure off her teammates, just driving through. Leaves Summonen and Spencer Dust, brushes Holt off, past Hermano, and then eventually Nilden tracks back. That's what you want from your centre forward there. The hold-up play, excellent. Relieve that pressure.
Oh, she's just 23 years old. Her birthday yesterday. O'Reilly, Killag. And now Gopset again on the attack for Tottenham. Gopset surrounded by a sea of red, and O'Sullivan comes out on top. Summonen pressing in, here's Nilden. Spence. Hermano into England, out wide. Rybrink. Koga. Spence. Around the back line to Hunt.
Tottenham having to be patient. Again, you can see the sea of red shirts. Defensively, very disciplined, compact. Tottenham just have to not force the ball, keep recycling it, and eventually those gaps will open.
Yeah, they're playing a back five, Liverpool, out of possession.
I think in the first half, when that ball was being popped into the central area, Liverpool were winning those battles, and that's where they were getting their chances from. first and second to those balls in the midfield area.
Nice play from Spurs. Hunt at the byline, cuts it back. England! And then Hermano over the bar. Well, as you say, Jenna, patience for this Spurs side. Working it round their back line. And almost for England.
Yeah, there's a ball in. It was an awkwardly bouncing ball there. Beth England couldn't get a touch on it. Then it's Claire Hunt actually who gets in an advanced position. There you see England just stretching to get anything on it, and Hermano, I think there Holland actually does enough. Uses her body to put Hermano off the strike. Better from Tottenham.
Taking more risks, this Spurs side, and Spence sees that out. To an empty right-hand side.
She's used to expecting the fullback there in Nilden a little bit higher up, or Rybrink, sorry, occupying those spaces.
You can see the coaching staff of Spurs trying to work out how they're going to break down this tough Liverpool backside or back line. Hermano, O'Sullivan.
In those moments, the space is out on the other side.
O'Sullivan out to Holland. Killag wants it in front. Still with Holland, battling with Spence on that far side. And Spence out on top.
Yeah, excellent from Drew Spence. Lost the ball higher up the pitch, but that ability to win it back, she wasn't giving it up against Holland. Let's see, using her body, nipping at the heels of Holland to regain possession for her team. I think you don't mind that when you're trying to play and you lose the ball, as long as you're showing that energy to win it back and go again.
She scored last time out too, Drew Spence. 2 goals in 5 appearances for the 33-year-old. An experienced player in a Tottenham shirt.
Definitely, and she's looked like a different player under Martin Ho in the first half of the season. She's been instrumental in that midfield area, and
Killag does really well to win that cap box. Out to Bergstrom. Bergstrom over the bar. Well, we saw a similar one in the first half, hit the crossbar, but that one's over.
Yeah, you can see what she was trying to do there. She's just trying to bend it into the top corner. Killag again doing her defensive duties, wins the ball and then slips her teammate in. Kapos then with the layoff, perfect layoff, and just can't keep it down. Again, Killag, it's been excellent so far. Great debut from her. You can see she's not scared to put her body around, get behind the ball to help her teammate, and then when she's got the ball, first thought is head towards the goal.
Yeah, she's also an experienced player, Alice Bergstrom, new signing for Liverpool. 2 goals in her FA Cup debut last weekend, 2 rockets as well. And she won the title with Häcken in November, just last year. And also received her first senior call-up to the Swedish national team in November too. So a good month for her. There's Hermano. And Gopset just can't quite get there in time.
Well read from Nagano there. Gopset has held her run at the top of the box. Nagano tracked back, stole it off the boot of Gopset. But better from Drew Spence there. Recognised the space beyond the defensive line, has played that ball over. We haven't seen that enough. Sometimes if it's not on to play it to feet, there's always that option. Because Liverpool do play that high line.
Rybrink. Nasty collision there on the far side. Nagano picks it up. Fisk. Just approaching the 60-minute mark. They're looking at maybe some substitutes for either side. What would you want to see, Jenna, from both teams?
I think for Spurs, you've got the new players in Vilk, Blackstead, who could come off the pitch and do a job, but I think exciting to have Tamba back on the bench for Tottenham. The Tottenham fans will be pleased. She's made a player who signed at the beginning of the season, made an instant impact, adds a different profile up top, and yeah, she can find the back of the net. She can make something out of absolute nothing and create those moments of magic. So Tottenham definitely have that depth within their squad now. They've built the squad, new signings on the bench who can come on and make an impact.
Katinka Tamberg returning from injury on the bench today. A Tottenham supporter too. She said she came to the Europa League games in White Hart Lane as a kid, which adds another bit of depth maybe to her performances.
Definitely, she lived and breathed it as a fan, and now she's getting to wear the shirt. She speaks a lot about it, and her idol, her role model is Harry Kane, and she wants to, you know, carve out a career similar at Tottenham, which is amazing to have a player there who knows what it means to wear the club badge. And like I say, she's made an immediate impact, and she's a player that's not scared to do that dirty work. She puts herself about, she starts that press for Tottenham, and then in front of goal she's been clinical.
Well, you saw Julie Blackstad potentially coming on for Spurs in the next few minutes. Fisk. Fisk. And overshot for Bergstrom. So it will be Julie Blackstad who will make her way on. Not yet, in a few moments' time.
Blackstad, another young, dynamic player. She's got that pace, intelligence. She's got that ability to impact games. And then that defensive intensity, she has that, and she's a very disciplined player. Also looks like Weinberg is set to come off the bench. Attacking player, creative, very skillful, can play off both feet. Might add a little spark to this Tottenham team.
Yeah, maybe a bit of creativity that both teams, I think, are missing. To get past the back lines, Simonen arched off by 3 red shirts. Now Gopset. Rybrink. Through to Gopset. Rybrink. Spence. Boga. So 2 substitutions then for Spurs. Matilda Wimberg makes her way on, and the Chelsea loanee Maika Hermano will make her way off. And Nilden comes off too. And a first league appearance for the new signing, Julie Blackstad, who signed from Hammarby this January. And I think she passed a note on that.
I think it was an energy gel. Claire
Oh.
looked like she was... she needed an injection of of sugar.
Fair enough. Clark. Woodham. Killag. Simon plucks that out. Gopset. Spence. Holtz. Wants the foul. Referee says play on. Nagano. O'Sullivan. Forward to Holland. Driving at right brink. Cuts it back. Capox! Wide.
Excellent again. Out on that left-hand side, time and time again. Holland. Just that injection of pace. She slowed the game down and then sped it up to get past the defender. Sullivan spots the run. And there you see just that big touch, cuts it back. Drew Spence goes flying in, and I think she does enough to disrupt Kapos, who can't get a touch on it, but that was a real opportunity. Good tracking back from Spence.
So a substitution for Liverpool. Woodham makes her way off, and Alejandra Bernabé comes on. Koga. Spence. Long ball forwards. And the hand of Blackstad goes up to thank.
That's the right idea, I think, in those midfield areas. The Liverpool midfield, Nagano, Kapas and Sullivan are doing so well when Tottenham have the ball in there to dispossess them and just smother them and not allow them to play forward centrally. So I think Drew Spence, with Julia Blackstead on now, she's a fullback that likes to get high. She's got that attacking edge, so that ball over the top will be on.
O'Sullivan. Forward run of Holland, chasing on the end of it. Cuts it back for Capox again, deflected. And again goes wide.
Holland picking out the right option there. I thought initially she was going to try and find Killag. She doesn't. She spots the runner Kapos. Again, Sullivan and Holland linking up really well. Cuts it back into the path. And it's a really important block there by Claire Hunt, I think it was. Got the last touch. Goes out for a corner. But Holland, I think, causing real danger out on that left-hand side, getting the better of Rybrink.
And Capox more involved in this second half as it swung in. Bernabé, Clark with a strike is blocked. And it's a corner.
Yeah, good defending, Koga and Bethany England there, I think. The striker coming back to do the defensive duties. Gonna have to just ride this wave now of pressure. Tottenham, get the bodies on the line, remain resilient. We've seen that this season. They can definitely defend.
Holland. A lofted ball in, header by Fisk, still alive, defended well by Spurs, and Koga comes out with it, and now on the counter, it's shut down quickly.
I think that was a big save there. I think Kopp, the outstretched leg to keep her team in it. Not sure she knew much about it. Reaction save. Ball's delivered into a sea of bodies there. A lot of chaos, confusion, and yeah, excellent from Kopp. Really big save.
Brilliant save from Lisa Kopp. 9 clean sheets this season for the Tottenham goalkeeper, who's in a slightly mismatched kit this afternoon. And she's got some more work to do now and defend this free kick that Liverpool have. Holland. Nagano. Well, that was always going over.
It's going to have to be spectacular from that range. Never really got over it. I think Kopp will just slow this game down now a little bit. Just take the sting out of Liverpool. Give her team a little breather, a chance to reset. Regain the composure. There you see, she's almost sliced at it. Doesn't connect well with it.
Another chance for Liverpool. Spence out, but Summonen is in some pain here. Got a collision with Denise O'Sullivan. As the medics rush on. And a yellow card is coming, and it's for Denise O'Sullivan on her first league start.
You see the challenge, just a little bit on the top of the foot there, the studs on the top. Don't think it was malicious, so you can see that both players going for the ball. There's definitely contact and a painful one for Summonen.
So a yellow card for Denise O'Sullivan there. But the game plan is very much still on for Liverpool. They desperately want a first win of the season. They desperately want a point if they can hold on to this draw. Building on the momentum from last weekend after they beat London Bees by 6-0. Blackstad, Hunt. Falls for Gopset nicely, chests it down. Gopset looking for the run of Vinberg.
Good position in there from Barnaby.
Quickly won back. Gopset. Blackstad. Well, it's like a seesaw, this game, from one end of the pitch to the other. And then either side can get into a rhythm and pass the ball around nicely. And then all of a sudden it turns over. Here's Holt. Forward to England. Rybrink and Spence. Disappointing from Gopset.
She was just trying to control the ball there with the studs on her boot. Turn gives the ball straight back to Liverpool.
And so it is a return for Katinka Tamberg. And it is one that the fans will want to see. And it's Gopset who will make way for her, who's had a very good game today.
Yeah, given a good account of herself again. You can see she was trying to play, trying to carry the team forward. Was a handful for Liverpool when she does have the ball at her feet. I think Spurs fans will be pleased to see the return of Tamberg. Excellent young player, another one. Forward player, different profile, can hold the ball up, act as that target player, but I think out of the ball, her work rate was fantastic from what we've seen in the early stages of this season. That desire, the press will start from her. And having a Bethany England and Tamberg on the pitch at the same time is
scary for that Liverpool back line.
Absolutely.
Here's Clark. Burnaby back to Falk. Difficult one for the Liverpool goalkeeper, but she does well. Blackstad. Holt. Spence. Koga. Back with Holt. Again, we're seeing this patience from Spurs, playing it from one side of the pitch to the other, along their back line into Spence. Vinberg.
Sorry, Killag back again, isn't she? Defending from the front for her team. Holland as well. Good work from Drew Spence to keep possession. And Tottenham looking happier and patient with the ball.
Some promising subs made by Martin Ho. O'Sullivan forward to Holland. And then just like that, Liverpool on the attack. Holland battling with Vinberg.
Good work from Vinberg there. I think she's recognised that her teammate needs help, doubling up on Holland. Between Rybank and Weinberg, they stop Holland in her tracks that time.
She's been a real handful, Kerry Holland, today. Featured in every game for them. She's an important player for Liverpool. Signed an extension with the club in the summer too. Liverpool fans will be glad to hear.
I think she'll be frustrated though. The chances she has created for her teammates haven't been put in the back of the net yet.
And she's got some defending to do now. Holt, England, outstretched boots, Vinberg. Simonen, Vinberg, Spence.
Sometimes Spence's intelligence, her footballing IQ is too quick for people around her. You know, she sees pictures, she sees different pictures and sometimes isn't on the same wavelength.
Nagano, where are the yellow shirts? Oh, a bit of a shirt pull by Killag. Who's had an excellent debut today.
She has, still chasing that goal, but I think in terms of her first start for Liverpool, we've had a real glimpse of what she offers. She's got that pace. We'll yet to see that clinical edge from her, I guess, but I think out of possession, she's willing to put the yards in for her teammates. She's willing to get behind the ball, and then we've already seen some great connections on the pitch with Holland and Kapos, and those will just build the more they get to train and play with each other.
Yeah, it might be a different story for Liverpool in this second half of the season, if it all comes together. But we're still waiting for the opening goal in this game. England, Rybrink. Koga. And Liverpool on top in terms of defence, the more tackles won. Tottenham with more clearances. And Spence frustrated with that.
She wasn't going to give that ball up there. She was... See, she's felt frustrated in moments in this game. The ref giving that one against her.
Suman and 2, frustrations coming out for Spurs. Tamberg, quick thinking. Fresh legs on as a sub a few moments ago. Kopp. Blackstad. It's coming up to 10 minutes to go, and it's going to be a nervy last 10 minutes for both these sides. Both desperately need 3 points. Tamberg. Hunt does just about enough to keep that in. Blackstad. Out to Rybrink. What can Tottenham do here? Wimberg. Spence. Rybrink. Spence again, swings it in, headed by England, and it's just wide.
It's a difficult one there to execute for England. Spence with the early cross. And Fisk breathing down England's neck. She gets good contact. She can't keep that on target.
So that is it for Killag. She won't get her debut goal, but a fantastic game for the new signing. And it's Mia Enderby who replaces her, who scored last weekend in their 6-0 win. Mia Enderby. Koga. Holland. And the referee will call that back for a foul and a yellow card in the process.
She's done so well there, Holland. Trapped back, used her strength. Then again, that blistering pace just to get past the Tottenham defenders. Here you see, switches the gears, gets past Rybrink, and then Drew Spence comes across, just cuts across her, stops her in her tracks. I think that's actually a clever foul from Spence. I think she had to make it because Holland had the burners on. She was off.
They were away. And she's had the burners on this game. On that far side, and Spence has just got a yellow card. She's got to be careful here. The referee having a word with her. No yellow card though.
She's got to keep that composure now, Spence. You see it's a little clip of the ankle. No intent in it there, just one of those unfortunate ones.
So 8 minutes to go. We've got to keep her cool, Drew Spence. Holland. Kopp drops it. She's able to regain possession though. And it's Blackstad who's down, injured in the process of that free kick.
Yeah, Kopp comes out, commands that box there. I think she's actually taken her teammate out on the way down as well. Thankfully for Kopp, drops into her hands.
Clark. Spence. Time is running out for these two teams. Spence forward to Blackstad. Holt does well to work away from Nagano. Spence turns it over. Tamberg nowhere near that, really.
I think Tamberg wanted it played in between the defenders. Drew Spence thought the run was going on the outside of the defender.
Nagano. Shimizu. Nagano. Out wide, Bernabe swings it in. Blackstad clears upfield. Tamberg. Nagano. Fisk. Holt. Shimizu can win it back. Koga's quick to the mark though. England quickly off lays to Tamberg. Back to the captain. And out wide to Blackstad. Nice ball for Holt. The offside flag goes up.
Frustrations there for Tottenham. Bit to make another late change.
Double substitution for Spurs. So Olga Antonen will replace Bethany England. Up top. Last featured back in November in the League Cup. And also it's a league debut for Matilda Nilden, a new signing.
Got a first glimpse of her last week. Another young, energetic, excellent young talent. Very strong, combative, and then another player that's really brave on the ball, not scared to drive at the heart of defences.
She got 5 minutes last time out in the FA Cup. This is her first appearance in the WSL. Signed from BK Häcken, of course, the sister of Amanda Nilden. Fisk. Capox. Bergstrom. Tries to go for the shots. Difficult in the end. Swings it wide. Vinberg clears. Nagano, 2 minutes to go. Bergstrom. Still with Bergstrom.
Well, they're throwing everything at it, aren't they, Liverpool? Tottenham remaining resilient, they're getting bodies back. Making it difficult for Liverpool to find a way through them this time.
Holland. Just approaching the 90-minute mark, Jenna. I'm going to ask you for your Barclays Player of the Match today.
Then for me, Holland of Liverpool, I think she's been outstanding. Out on that left-hand side, a constant threat every time she's got the ball at her feet. Created a number of chances for her teammates, but yeah, real danger. And Tottenham have really struggled to keep hold of her this afternoon. So yeah, Holland, Player of the Match.
Yeah, been a bright spark on the wing. Kerry Holland. Four minutes added then. Two sides becoming desperate now to pick up all 3 points. They need an opener.
Sometimes when you put in performance like this, you know, Liverpool will feel they deserve 3 points from it, but seen them perform like this before this season and they've come away with just the point and really struggled to get these points over the line.
Barclays Player of the Match, Holland tries to swing it in at the near post. Bergstrom was lurking. Big chance for Liverpool.
Big chance at the death there. Holland, again, doing what she's done all afternoon, driving to the byline and gets the good cross in, and it's a really tight angle. Really tight angle at the back post. And it comes crashing off the outside of the post. Big opportunity again for Liverpool.
And it's another new signing for Liverpool. Kerry Holland, the player that created it, but Bergstrom almost with the finish.
Yeah, she had to take it first time, Bergstrom, but the angle was always against her.
Fisk. Nagano. Holland. Dink ball up to find Enderby. Nice touch from the young attacker. Holland again. Denise O'Sullivan is pointing forward. Holland's driving through. Still with Holland. And wins a foul by Antonen.
She's done well there. Got past a few defenders who stuck her leg out. Stayed on her feet. Again, she's been doing that all afternoon, hasn't she? Every time she's got the ball, she's looked very dangerous there. You see, Summonen thinks about making the challenge, but it's in the box, she doesn't. And then Olga Antonen. Again, and now this is a really dangerous position to be conceding so late on.
So 2 minutes to go as Lisa Kopp finds her wall, and it's Kerry Holland who stands over it. And if she finds the back of the net here, that would be fantastic. Holland, oh, hits the post. Wow, Kerry Holland.
That was a good excellent strike there. She kept it low. I think she'd beaten Kopp, but just comes crashing off the post.
Crashed in! Oh, and at the death! Liverpool have won it! It's Mia Enderby with the goal, a minute to go, and Liverpool might have just secured their first win of the season. A A super sub, Mia Enderby taps it in.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty goal, but it doesn't have to be. There you see the cross comes in and Mia Enderby gets in between the two defenders. It's a horrible ball to defend. She even gets the slightest touch on it. It's hard to say just anything. It's chaos on the goal line, and she's been put on to make the difference, and she's done exactly that. That's what you want from your young forward coming off the bench when Liverpool need 3 points. At the death, they haven't given up, they've thrown everything at it.
Well, we've hit the 4 minutes of added time, and she's slipped, and Mia Enderby is in again here. Enderby! Oh, it's 2! Can you believe it? And that is it. It's wrapped it up. Mia Enderby, what a day she is having. Fantastic from the 20-year-old. And look at what it means. Their first win of the season. And it's come against the high-flying Tottenham.
Yeah, it's a slip from Simonen. Really unfortunate from Tottenham from the kickoff. There you see an Enderby, she's confident, she's got one, and she's only got one thought in her mind there. Keeps it low, calm and composed, and finds the back of the net to secure a big 3 points for her team.
Well, I'm not sure how long we'll have to play, not long. And surely that is it now for Liverpool. It's a game of headers in midfield. Spence. Martin Ho looks on, disappointed as we play on. Well, Mia Enderby, she only came on a few moments ago and she's got 2 goals. In 2 goals in 2 minutes, 2 goals in a minute, not long.
Unbelievable. I mean, she's come on and she's been the difference, and
that is it. And it's a huge win for Liverpool. Their first win of the season. 2 goals from Mia Enderby, the super sub, in the second half. And the home fans, look at what it means. Fantastic from Mia Enderby. The first, a bit of a collision in the goal, a bit of a mess, but is able to tap it in. And then the second, a mistake from Simonen, who slips, and Enderby still has to beat the keeper, does well to run the lines and slot it home. Gareth Taylor there congratulating his goal scorer. Gianna Scalacci. It had been a slightly quiet game up until the last few minutes, but a big result for Liverpool. It's Liverpool 2, Tottenham 0.
yeah, definitely a huge performance from Liverpool this afternoon. They threw everything at it. They didn't give up in the dying moments. Big performance. And there, that young Enderby comes on and is the difference, the game changer. But yeah, some top performances out there from Liverpool.
So a big win for Liverpool, and for the first time this season, Liverpool have finished the game happy. The Liverpool fans smiling, and it's a substitution made by Gareth Taylor in the dying moments of this game. Mia Enderby coming on to win it for them. But for Tottenham, if you flip the script, what does that mean for them now?
I think obviously it's a huge opportunity missed there to get the 3 points and keep the heat on Arsenal, you know. But I think you give credit to Liverpool and the WSL League in general that you can't come into any game and think it's a given. They'll be disappointed, they'll be frustrated. They're much better than what we've seen this afternoon. It won't define them in any way. They're going to have to pick themselves up and go again against West Ham next week, which will be no easier than today. And keep that heat, get the momentum back. Well,
Gareth Taylor, a first win for him with this club in the league. They beat London Bees 6-0 last weekend. They've got their first WSL win today. Mia Enderby, the goal scorer of both goals. Fantastic scenes for Liverpool. Using that momentum. And really, a lot of it has come from the new signings in the January transfer window for them.
Yeah, some great performances there. Killag, especially, I thought was excellent. Really put in a top performance for a debut, settled in. You know, sometimes players take time to settle into this league. She hasn't. She looks like a bright spark up top for them. And then Denise O'Sullivan was just pulling the strings, keeping the tempo in the midfield. And then when you've got experienced players on the pitch like Holland, who can, you know, can time after time cause threats down that left-hand side, as we saw this afternoon. They've now got a foundation. They've now got the 3 points to build on.
Lots of hugs going on in the Liverpool camp. Gareth Taylor smiling. But for Martin Ho, it's disappointment. Clapping the travelling fans. Simonen looking disappointed. Gave away that slip that led to the second goal. And we can hear from the player of the match, Kerry Holland, with Niall McCorn.
Kerry, congratulations. A Player of the Match award, we'll get to that in a second. First of all, how pleased are you with the performance and, more importantly, the result today?
Yeah, really pleased. I think we were really good from the first whistle. The energy was good, and yeah, I think we've deserved that. Look, it's obviously we've bundled it over the line at the end, but yeah, Mia's come on and obviously got the 2 goals, and just really happy for us as a team, because we've deserved that with the staff, and for the fans, because they were fantastic today.
It's been a long time coming, but you finally get that first victory. The relief is written on your face, it's written on everyone's face. But how important is it now to use this as fuel moving forward?
100%, you know, this is just the start. We've been building towards this. I think you can see in our performances. There's potentially games that we've been a little bit unlucky in, but I don't think the table really reflects the way we played this season at times. So yeah, just the start. I'm really excited to keep on moving forward, but you know, we have to keep working hard and build on this now.
Has it been tough at times to keep believing? Because if you look at the table, you're not a million miles behind, but sometimes when you do keep losing games, it can be tough to keep that morale and spirit up. Has that been difficult at times?
Look, it's difficult when you have to wait for a first win like that, but I think, no, we've not had a dip in morale. The belief has always been there. We believe in what we're doing in the training ground, in the building, with Gaz, with Chad, with all the staff. So yeah, we've never lost belief. The morale in the team is always really good. We've got a good set of girls. So yeah, we knew this was coming, and it's just nice to get it over the line.
And finally, in terms of the game itself, you started really well as a team. It was scrappy at times, but you kept going all the way until the end, and eventually you get your reward at the end. Just how satisfying was it to win it late on like that?
Yeah, really nice. Obviously, it'd be nice to win it a little bit earlier. We left it to the last few minutes, but no, incredible, and really happy to obviously get the win, and yeah, we go again.
Well, congratulations, Kerry. You are the Barclays WSL Player of the Match. Well done.
Thank you.
So the Barclays Player of the Match, Kerry Holland. And, well, as the scenes are wrapping up, we can have a look at the other results today. So on Friday, Brighton beat Everton by 1-0. Arsenal 2-0 against Chelsea. Manchester United have put 4 past Aston Villa. West Ham have secured a win against Leicester City. 2-0 here to Liverpool, and Manchester City a late winner in that game against London City Lionesses. So this is what the table looks like. Manchester City go 9 points clear at the top of the table. Chelsea in second, Arsenal just below them. Manchester United have moved a point below them. Tottenham, disappointing result for them today. They slipped down to 5th. It's Brighton, Aston Villa, London City, Leicester, Everton, West Ham, and now Liverpool, still bottom of the table, but just a point below the Hammers. And we can chat to the Tottenham striker, Now, pitch side is Beth England.
Beth, commiserations, difficult one to take at the end there. Just how do you assess today's performance and result?
That is not the standard of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We're very disappointed. I think Liverpool are in a difficult place. Like, the results haven't matched the performances that they've given this season, and we knew coming here was always going to be tough. They were in our face. We were nowhere near them. We were nowhere near the level we expect of ourselves, and the ownership is on us. Obviously, the last goal then was just slip and fortune. Fair play to the girl that took it well. So yeah, it's not good enough, and we have to pick ourselves up and go again.
Does it make it all the more frustrating when you consider the good run of form that you've been on recently?
Yeah, very frustrating. We've set ourselves high standards, and we've been meeting those standards. Today we were nowhere near them, and we own that as players. We know it wasn't one or two getting carried, it was multiple people. Yeah, it just was not good enough, and we're sorry, but we are grateful to the fans that came and supported us.
You did have moments within the game where you tested the goalkeeper. There were chances to score right throughout the 90 minutes. I suppose frustrating that you couldn't take any of those.
Yeah, I think probably looking at the stats, if I look back, they probably had more clear-cut chances than we did. Obviously, Siggy had a chance in the first half. I had my header. Getting these are opportunities you have to take against a team that are defending so well, and make it difficult for you. They took their chances, we didn't. So it's a frustrating day, but we get on to the next one.
You've been through lots of ups and downs in your career. How important is it to endure that pain and use it moving forward to kind of remember these feelings and make sure that you don't feel them again as often?
Resilience, and next week will show that. I think the players who show up next week will show that they're mentally strong enough to be able to accept defeats, accept when we weren't on it today, which we weren't. But we can't sit and cry about it. We have to move forward, make sure we can put the next performance right and get the next 3 points.
And just lastly, is that the overriding feeling that it is a long season, there's still plenty of games left to go, and Spurs are in a strong position with the form that you've shown recently? You're able to kick on, hopefully, and enjoy the rest of the season?
Yeah, we are in a strong position, but that doesn't mean we can come and get turned over by teams. It's just disappointing. I think we know we need to be better than what we were today. I think going forward, it's just a case of not getting too wound up about what's just happened. It's gone, it's done. We have to move on to the next one, enjoy the season, but remain and keep our standards high, because today they weren't good enough.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Well, a very strong interview there by Bethany England, the Tottenham striker. And we can have a look at some of the highlights in this game, and an early chance for Liverpool. And Bergstrom, the new signing. Tottenham had their moments, upset, and a brilliant save by Liverpool's new keeper to keep them in this. Making herself big, commanding goalkeeping from Jennifer Falk. Swung in by Liverpool, and then almost bundled over the line. And it was Capox, but a brilliant save from Lisa Kopp, stuck out a leg. They kept coming though, Liverpool. Holland cut in, and at the far post, Bergstrom almost opened. Big opportunity, a tight angle though, hits the bar. And then Clark cutting it back and bundled over the line by Mia Enderby. The super sub made by Gareth Taylor late on, created by Clark, and shoved into the back of the net. And then at kickoff, a slip by Summonen, can you believe it? And Enderby, who just scored her first, gets her second and wraps it up for Liverpool. A brilliant finish from Mia Enderby. That secures Liverpool's first win of the season in the league. A big win, a big 3 points for them, and we can hear from the goal scorer, Mia Enderby, now.
Mia, congratulations. You're still out of breath, I think, from running around celebrating. Just talk us through those last couple of minutes in particular.
Yeah, definitely. I had to come on and make an impact, try and help the girls, and that's what I did. The ball that Jenna put in at the end, I just had to throw my body towards it and and hopefully get something on it, which I did. And I just find it so crazy how straight from kick-off I score again. But yeah, sorry, I'm so out of breath after that running.
I'll give you some time to catch your breath. What did the gaffer say to you when you came on? You mentioned about coming on and making an impact. Every player wants to do that every time they come off the bench, but were there any specific instructions from the manager when you did take to the pitch?
Yeah, he just said, run across that front post and I'm sure you'll get something on it. You know, that's what I did, and he just said, once you come on, get running, start the press again. And yeah, that's what I feel like I did.
What can this result do for the group? Because it's been tough at times this season. It's probably been hard to keep believing for some people. But as a group, you've come together, you've dug in, you've finally got that first victory. So what do you think this result could do for you and the rest of the team for the rest of the season?
Yeah, definitely. You know, at the start of the season, it was hard for us. We went through a lot, but we all stuck together like a family. And I think the 3 points today will lift us all up, and hopefully we can go into the next game with the same mindset.
Have you got a taste for goal scoring now? Because people are going to be looking at you to add more to your tally for the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm going to try every week and hopefully give the fans what they want.
Congratulations. Go and get your breath back.
Thank you.
Well done.
So a big win for Liverpool at home at St Helens. Mia Enderby, the goal scorer of both goals, and a first league win for Gareth Taylor and this Liverpool side. It's finished here. Liverpool 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0.